Hello, so today we're going to be learning how to double crochet. I have a little example here that I made this morning for my daughter. It's just like a little neck wrap. And so I'm going to show you how to make kind of the basics of it. This is what double crochet looks like. They're little posts and it's really easy to keep track because you can just count the posts. So it's easy to keep track of your stitches. So let's get started. So we are going to start with a foundation chain of 20 chains. And we will start with yarning over. And we are going to put our first stitch in the fourth chain from the hook. So we're going to turn it over like this, and you can see that it's got these little ridges down the center there. We're going to go into the fourth one from the hook. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's basically like this. You have your hook, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that back bump. So you can see there's 2 on the bottom. It's only just the one on the top. And you're going to yarn over and draw up that loop. So you have 1, 2, 3 on your hook. And it's a double crochet, so we're going to be pulling the yarn through twice. So you yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's how easy it is. So yarn over, because you're going to be pulling through twice. So you want to make sure you start with 2, double crochet 2, and you'll find that next little ridge bump. Go through that one and pull up that loop, right? And go through 2, go through 2. So every time you do anything with your yarn, you're going to be yarning over, because that's that yarn that you're going to be working, right? So you're going to be yarning over, finding the next ridge, going through, catching that yarn, pulling it through, then pulling it through twice, like that. And then as you can see, you have 3 on your hook. So I'm going to do a couple more, and then I'm going to pause and meet you at the end for how you turn around. So through 2, oh, you see how this happened here? That's a little bit, the yarn split. Just tuck that over like that. Get it back where it belongs. And through the hump, through 2, through 2. All right, and it's that easy. Meet you back at the end. Alrighty, so we are down to our last 3 little bumps there. See, count them, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to yarn over, go through the back loop, draw up that loop like that, around, and as you can see, I'm using my thumb and my middle finger to kind of hold things steady while this hand pulls things through. If not, I don't even know how you would do it, but you have to kind of hold it a little bit and just kind of let this finger be the one that kind of pulls out, keeps the yarn out of the way. Okay, through that bump. And I'm using an eye hook for this project, and Red Heart with Love. It's a pretty good yarn for beginners. My daughter's learning right now, and it's really easy for her to work with because she can see all her stitches really good. So anyway, we are at the end of our row, and now we need to go back. And how do we do that? So we need to chain 2, right? Because we don't have any more loops to go into, so now we go up. 1, 2, just like making a foundation row, right? And then that becomes our first double crochet of the second row, and as you can see, it's right on top of that last one. So when we turn it around clockwise, you can see we have one on top of that one. So our next one is going to be going into this post, and this is why double crochet is the best to learn when you're a beginner, is because look at how easy it is to see everything. Those posts are so nice and big that you can just see everything that you're doing. So we have our first one, so now we yarn over, and we are going into, when you see the top of the ridge line here, you can see there's a bunch of V's, right? We're going to be going into this hole right here through, get the yarn out of the way here for you, through both of those V's there to make a nice solid double crochet. And there you go, second row, right? Now some patterns have you double crochet or single crochet or whatever into the back loops. This is what they're talking about. You have a front loop here and a back loop here, right? Both sides of your V, front and back. So when they say back loop, they mean to just go through that back loop, which creates a little ridge line across the front. And if they say front loop only, they mean only go through that front loop like that, right? But for regular double crochet, you're going through both the front and the back loops, just like that, all the way across. And again, I'm going to pause and I'm going to show you what everybody misses right at the end. All right, so we've got all the way to the end of our second row, and as you can see, all of our double crochets are piled up on top of the first row that we did, right? So if you count, they're even all the way down the line. So here's what happens at the end. So it looks like we only have 2 holes here, but we really have 3 posts, right? So let's go do those 2. And this is how people have incredibly shrinking projects, and they wonder, what the heck did I do wrong? So you look like you're at the end, but you're not, right? You don't see another one of these big holes to stick in because of our chain 2 that we did at the beginning of the first. But you can see, especially if you count all your posts, you should have 20, but we only have 19, which means we have to do one more. You have to go and do a double crochet into that end stitch. You can go through just one loop like that and turn. I don't think that's as sturdy. I don't know. Some people do it that way. It's fine if you do. I like to go through 2 because I kind of figure when I'm doing all my other double crochets, I'm going through 2 loops. So I don't know if you can tell here, but I have 2 loops on top of my hook there. And then go through and make your last one. That way it lines up exactly on top.